Hi everyone, in this video lecture we will see what is applet and life cycle of applets. So what is applet? An applet is actually a Java program that runs inside a web browser. So far we have seen so many Java programs, but all of them were standalone programs because they were executed in our own systems. But by using Java we can write some programs which can be run inside the web browser. Web browser means examples are Google Chrome, Mozilla Firefox, Internet Explorer, etc. So we can write Java programs which can be run inside the web browser. Such programs are known as applets. So what's the difference between an applet and a standalone program? The first difference is an applet. Whenever we are asked to write an applet in Java, we have to inherit the class applet, which is inside the package applet inside the package Java. So if we want to write an applet program in Java, we have to create a class which is actually a subclass of this applet class. The second difference is an applet will not contain a main method. Okay, an applet will not contain a main method, but the standalone programs have to contain a main method, otherwise that program will not get executed. Okay, so applet class will not contain a main method. Then the third difference is applets are designed to embed it within an HTML page. We can include an applet into an HTML page, or we can embed an applet into HTML page. It's not possible to embed a standalone Java program to embed it into an HTML page. HTML page is used for creating web pages. So applets can be embedded into HTML pages. Now the fourth difference is when a user views an HTML page that contains an applet, the code for the applet is downloaded to the user's machine. So suppose we are viewing an HTML page which contains an applet code. Then that code of the applet will be downloaded into our machine. Suppose I am browsing a web page and that web page consists of Java applets. Then what happens is that our Java applet code will get downloaded into my machine itself. So these are some of the differences between a Java applet and a Java standalone programs. Now this is the hierarchy of Java applet class. Object is the main class of Java. It is at the top of the hierarchy. All classes are actually subclasses of this class object. Then inside this class we have a subclass component. Component class have a subclass container. Container subclass will have another subclass panel, and panel class will have a subclass applet, and this JApplet is actually a child class of applet. So see, applet is coming here. Applet is actually a subclass of class panel, which is again a subclass of class container, which is again a subclass of class component, which is again a subclass of class object. You don't have to by heart this, but just try to know or understand where this applet class is coming. So that means this applet class will contain the properties of panel class, container class, component class, and object class. Now we will see life cycle of applets. An applet life cycle consists of 5 steps. Okay, so first of all it is initialization, then starting of applets, then applet is painted, that means it will be displaying the contents, then it gets stopped and it is destroyed. These are the 5 steps or 5 stages of an applet's life cycle. You can see the picture representation here. First one is applet is initialized, then it gets started, then it is painted, then it may be stopped for some time, and it is finally destroyed. So for executing each of these stages of an applet, we need a method. I repeat, for executing each stage of this applet, we need a method. Okay, so altogether we can say that applet's life cycle, it consists of 5 methods or 5 functions. Which are those 5 methods or functions? That is what we are going to see next. So keep in mind, we need 5 methods to execute an applet, to implement an applet. 5 methods. Okay. So among these 5 methods, 4 methods are given by the applet class. Okay. So applet lifecycle, I told you, have 5 methods in total. Among these 5 methods, 4 methods are given by this applet class. Which are those 5 methods? Sorry, which are those 4 methods? Once again, an applet lifecycle consists of 5 methods. Out of these 5 methods, 4 methods are given by the applet class itself. So yeah, I told you in the beginning, whenever we have to write or create an applet, we have to inherit this class. So when we inherit this class, we will get 4 methods. Those 4 methods are void init, void start, void stop, void destroy. Among these 4 methods, void init and void destroy will be executed only for one time. It will be executed only once. Init stands for initialization. That is, this method is used for initializing the applet. So what has to be done when an applet starts working, or just it starts when it is invoked for the first time? So all those things like the background of the page, or the color of the background, etc., all those things can be done inside this init method. So init stands for initialization. This method is used for initializing the applet. It is invoked only for one time. The second method among the 5 methods is start. So it is invoked whenever it's automatically invoked after the init method is completed. Okay, this method is automatically invoked whenever this init method, that's the first method, is completed, or when the browser is maximized. Suppose we have minimized our browser for some time and then we try to maximize it, then at that time also the start method will be invoked. And this method is, as the name indicates, it is used to start the applet. Okay, then comes the stop. Suppose when we are using a browser, say Mozilla Firefox, and we want to do something else, so then what will we do? We'll switch the window, or just we will minimize the browser, right? At that time the applet should not be closed, but it must be stopped for some time. At that time, when we minimize the browser, the stop method will be invoked. Okay, so it is used to stop the applet, but it will not terminate the applet, or it will not destroy the applet. It will just make the applet stop it working. Okay, so it is invoked when applet is stop or browser is minimized. Okay, then the fourth method is destroy. Destroy method is used when we close the browser window. Say we are closing the applet, at that time we have to destroy the applet forever. So we'll call this destroy method. So this method is also, it will be invoked only for one time. So among 5 methods, we discussed the 4 methods. Now we have to see one more method. That method is given by a component class. That is what we are going to see next. So among the 5 methods, we have 4 methods here: init, start, stop, destroy. Now I have one more. We have to see one more method. That method is given. The last method, the 5th method, is given by the component class. We have seen the hierarchy. Applet is coming below the component class. That means applet is actually a child class of component class. So this method void paint inside the component class will be retrieved, or will be there inside the applet class also, due to inheritance. So among the 5 methods that we need to execute, or among the 5 methods of the life cycle of an applet, the 5th method, it is given by the component class, and that method is paint, void paint. This method need one parameter, that is actually an instance variable of, or the object of, class graphics. Actually this method is used for displaying the contents on the web page. Okay, it is used to paint the applet. Paint the applet means to display something on the applet, or to write or draw strings, or to draw the different shapes like lines, arc, rectangle, square, etc., that we will see in the upcoming video lectures. So this is the method that we use for displaying something on the web page. So it provides graphics class object that can be used for drawing our rectangle, arc, etc. So this is the fifth method that is there in the life cycle of an applet, and this method is provided by the component class. Remaining four methods are given by the applet class, that you have to remember, and this method have got a parameter. That parameter is actually an object of class graphics. Using this object we can display and draw different things on the applet, on the web page. That is all in this video lecture. I hope you have understood the applets and life cycle of applets. Just go through those 5 methods, because that is what we require when we have to implement an applet. Thank you.